Welcome to the day I quit my gym. Now I have to say right off the bat that I really loved my gym. It was a great environment to work out in. There was a whole spectrum of clientele that went there. There were people who were really fit, people who were unfit, morbidly obese people, really skinny people, little people, all ethnicities. It was a real non-judgy place to work out. So a few years ago, the New York City area was hit with Hurricane Sandy, and a lot of places suffered damage. The gym was affected by it, so they closed for a few weeks. Once it reopened, I went back to go work out there. And once I go back there, I noticed some things are different, like the cardio equipment was here, now it's there. The free weights used to be over there, now they're back here, and things like that. So I go into the shower, I go into the locker room to take a shower, and I notice that the walls are different color. And I thought, well, that's nothing unusual. They just had a flood, they had to rip down the walls, check for mold, and put new walls up and paint. That's not a red flag for anything. And then I noticed there was a table with a vase and flowers on it as well. I thought, oh, that's a nice touch. They're really stepping up the decor now since the flood. So I go in the shower, no one else was in the locker room. I go in the shower, I'm taking a shower, and then all of a sudden I hear women talking. It's something you don't normally hear in the locker room at a gym. So I said, excuse me, and they stopped talking. And they said, this is the ladies' locker room. And I said, okay, can you please get the manager? So they left. And to their credit, I'm glad they didn't scream or shriek and think I was concerned that they would think that I was a pervert who snuck into the ladies' room and was, waiting to look at people. So then the manager, a female manager, came in and he said, I don't know if you read the sign at the front desk, but we had to switch locker rooms. The men's locker room is now the women's locker room, and the women's locker room is now the men's locker room. So I said, oh no, I didn't read any signs. So she watched the door for me. I took my stuff, I went into the men's locker room and finished there, and then left. And I thought, that was really mortifying, and I don't think I'm gonna go back. But I was in an obligated contract for a year. So a few weeks later, I went back, and all was forgotten. I know which locker room. And I'm working out, and I see this guy that I see there often. Really big guy. Not only is looks like he was like 450 pounds and like 6'6". So he was a really big guy. And he always used to walk through the gym very sluggishly with his head down. And I noticed this time that he had a little more pep to his step, and he was looking up. And I said, you know what, that guy lost weight. I bet you that guy lost weight. So I said, you know what, I have something nice to say, I'm gonna say it. So I went up to him and I said, hey, I've noticed you've been coming to the gym a lot, and I see you here a lot, and I want you to know that I see a difference. Keep up the good work. And he says, oh, thank you, that means a lot to me. Yes, I lost 30 pounds. And I said, wow, see, you're an inspiration. Keep up the good work. He says, thank you. And then he walked away with even more pep to his step. And I felt really good. I was like, wow, I'm so full of myself. I was like, I'm such a good person. That's such a good feeling to make someone's day. So I even thought about, I should do this every day. I should go out of my way and find strangers in the street and see what I could say to them that is positive to make them feel better. Crazy. So that same day, when I'm done with the gym, I go to the locker room, and in the locker room I see this other guy that I see at the gym. I don't know any of these people. I don't talk to anyone at the gym. So I see this other guy, and he's not morbidly obese, maybe he's just obese, maybe just 40 pounds overweight. So I said, you know what, maybe lightning will strike twice. I'm gonna make this guy's day too. So I go inside and I see him, and I say, hey, excuse me, I see you here a lot at the gym, and I've noticed a difference. I just want to say keep up the good work. But this time I don't get the same reaction. He's just looking at me. And then I notice in my peripheral vision that there's a big shadow that appears behind me. Someone is blocking the light from the ceiling. They're that big and they're standing behind me. So I turn around and it's the first big guy who walked in. So he heard me saying the same exact thing to another big guy. So now I look like this wacko who's hitting on people at the gym. Like I have a fat fetish for men at the gym. And I just squeezed through them and left. I still had some months left to my membership obligation, so I had to come back to the gym. So the last month of my contract, I still had a month to go. I'm back at the gym. I'm at this point just shell-shocked from all of the embarrassment. And it was typical for me to have to use the restroom, so I had to use the restroom. So I go into the men's locker room / restroom, and there are 3 stalls in there, and it's 2 standard stalls and a handicap stall. So you can tell from where the door ends that there's that gap. You could see if there's someone occupying it. So I look in the first one, I see clearly there's no feet there. So I open the door and it looks like someone's intestines exploded in there. There's feces all over the toilet seat, all over the floor. It was like even too much for anybody to casually clean up. So I went to the second stall, and that was empty as well. But some of the stuff, the feces from the first stall, creeped onto the floor of the second one. So I wasn't going to go in there. So I said, let me see if anybody is in the handicap stall. So I look, I don't see any feet. I open the door and I see a little person in there looking at porn on his phone with his hand on his penis. So we make eye contact and we're both horrified. So I slammed the door and then I just all of a sudden lost the urge to go to the bathroom and I just got my car and went home. So that was the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. I didn't go back for the last month of my contract and I didn't renew. A funny footnote is one time I was coming home and I have a driveway outside my door where I park my car, and there was a Domino's car, delivery car with a Domino's light on it, and it's half blocking my driveway. So I'm really like upset. Not really upset, but upset enough to say, when the driver came out, I'm going to confront him and say, listen, you can't double park and block people's driveway. You can just go 10 feet in one direction or 3 feet in one direction or the other to clear the driveway. Don't block people's driveways. And I saw the guy coming out of the house, going back to the car, and I opened my car door to confront him, and then I saw who it was. It was that little person I caught in the handicap restroom stall masturbating. So I didn't say anything. I let him double park and drive off. And that is why I quit my gym. Thanks for watching.